Hi everybody, I'm Claire from Rainbow Acrylics. I'm going to do another straight pour. I did one in white, dark blue and gold and loved it, absolutely loved the results. So I'm going to do another one, but instead of layering up one cup this time, I'm going to layer up a few, maybe 3, 4, 5 cups, I'm not really sure yet. And I'm using different colours. I'm adding some really deep, rich purple colours and some pearl white or the pearl violet by Amsterdam. So really rich, intense colours, which I think will just work beautifully together. So let me show you what I've got. So here are my 5 colours. I've got Montmartre Gold, I've got Pebeo Studio Acrylics Iridescent Blue Black, De La Rowney System 3 Acrylic Purple, and then 2 Amsterdam colours then, the Amsterdam Permanent Blue Violet and then the Pearl Violet. I think all these 3 here are opaque colours, but this one is transparent and I think this one here is semi-transparent. So it will be interesting to see how much of that actually shows at the end of the piece. So I've mixed all the colours up ready, they're over here. I've just mixed the purple, can you see how bubbly it is? So I'm going to have to make sure I do lots and lots of torching, but what a wonderful rich colour. So the purple there with the very, very deep purple, it almost looks black there. The gold, the blue black, and then the pearl violet. So the pearl violet's quite subtle, sorry about the messy pot, but I don't know if you can see, there is just a very slight sort of pink tinge to it. It's not really showing up on the camera very well. It's showing up much more in real life. Can you see that? No, it just looks white, doesn't it? In real life, it's got a lovely sort of pinky violet-y colour to it. So these paints I've mixed with what's in this bottle here, my squash bottle. It's my homemade pouring medium, which is 2 parts PVA glue to 1 part water. So I've mixed that up and then I've mixed the paints 50-50 pouring medium to paint. I've had to thin some down, especially this blue black. I've added so much water to it. It was just such a thick colour. And then I've just watered it down to the thickness of the other colours. So the non-iridescent ones, these 2 purple colours, I haven't had to add extra water. They've just turned out to be exactly the right consistency. And that consistency is quite thick. It's leaving a bit of a trace on the surface of the paint, as you can see. It's just nice and thick and creamy. So let's get started. I've decided to layer up 5 cups. I like an odd number because it means I can put one in the middle and then have the others dotted around the outside as when I pour them out. If I have an even number, it just doesn't work very well for me. Just not happy with that. So this is the order I would like to go with. So I'm trying to divide the blue, the purple and the purples, to split them up between the gold and the white. And I've looked at different options and I think this is going to be the best. There's not as much gold, there's lots of purple. So I'd like it to be more purple, this painting, but purple can really take over. So I'm going to have to try and be quite careful there. I'd quite like to start with the white. So I'm probably going to do maybe a couple of layers in each cup. Well, actually, that's really thick still. I'm just actually going to water it down. It's an iridescent colour, the pearl violet, so it just tends to be thicker. So I'm just going to thin it down a bit. I think that's better. So if I put a little bit of white in the bottom of each cup, what that will mean is that the white will come out last, so the centre of all the straight pours will be white, which I think looks quite nice because I think it makes it look quite nice and bright. Right, so white down, a little bit of purple. The paints are nice and thick so that they should just sit on top of each other. So they will mix a little bit, especially as they pour out of the cups, but not too much. A little bit of gold. Then the iridescent blue black. See, that still feels thick. Often when you mix it with a stick, you can't tell. It's really difficult to judge how thick it is. And actually, it almost surprises me sometimes when I then start pouring them. They feel it just feels different. So that blue black felt really thick. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of water to this purple. Again, that feels a bit thick as well. I want it to be thick, but it's got to be thin enough and fluid enough that it will pour out okay. Otherwise it would just come out in clumps. It just won't flow nicely from the cup. Right, so that's one layer of everything. So let's go for my second layer. So my canvas is ready. It's a 30 by 40 centimetre canvas. I've put push pins in the back. Oh, do you know what? I've put push pins in, but I haven't actually checked that it's level. Let's do that. So I've just put my level 3 positions across the centre and then 3 positions this way. So I'm just checking the bubble is in the centre. It's very, very slightly out, so I'm just going to pull this push pin out fractionally. Yeah, that's better. And this one. That's better. Right, so I've mixed up some more purple, and this is quite runny, this is quite diluted. So I think what I'm going to do is spread some of the purple across the canvas here and then pour the puddles into this. So I'm going to pour the cup out roughly in the centre to start with. As I pour it, I will move my hand up and down and I will twist it round to get some different effects from the straight pour. The white in the centre is gorgeous, really like that white. Really pleased I put white in last. So same again over here. Right, so far I love it, absolutely love it. The colours are fab. Let me see, oh, it's stuck to my paper. Let me see if I can just bring it in to show you close up. Oh, it's so pretty. The only colour that I'm not so keen on is actually the iridescent blue-black, which you can see a lot around the edge. Not so keen on that. It does seem to spoil the purples a little bit, but it's too late to change that. So I've just given it a good torch, and in fact I can see air bubbles again, even since I've torched. Really, really happy with that little splash of that hint of white there in the centre. Really like that. Right, so how am I going to tilt this out? I'm quite tempted to maybe tilt over this end first because I'm at that, the paint is nearest that end. So yeah, I think that might be what I would do. So obviously these little circles, these little sections are going to completely distort now, and that's what gives the really interesting compositions of straight pours. There's a lot of paint on here. So I was just tilting really until that blue-black disappeared at the edge. Right, let's give it another torch. But interestingly, the blue-black is showing up here. Now it's stretched and it's stunning. It's really pretty. I just think at the edges where there was quite a lot, it just looks quite dark and just not such a nice vibrant colour. But right, let's go the other way. And then I'm just going to tilt this purple bit off over the edge. In fact, let's move my hand, otherwise I'll be just painting my hand. Wow, the more this opens up, the prettier this is getting. Right, really, really like it. My comment is that I like the four corners more than the centre, and I think that's purely because the centre isn't stretched out enough. So I'm wondering about tilting from side to side here a little bit more. I think especially off this way in order to try and open up that central puddle a little bit more. So no, that's not going to work because what that's now doing is bringing down this one more, as opposed to that one opening up. Let's go back this way. All right, it's worked a little bit. I think what I'm going to try and do now is just try and work on the, yeah, I'm happy, much happy with that. Work on the composition in terms of trying to get sort of an even composition between the 5 puddles. There's a lot of paint still on this canvas, so I'm a bit worried there's too much still. Right, I think that's it. Really, really happy. The colours are just gorgeous. Well, I say I think I'm finished. Let's just go this way slightly more. It looks a little bit too regular. Right, I'm happy with that. There's less symmetry in it now, which I'm pleased about. Right, let me just wash my hands and I will show you. So this has to be one of my favourite ever colour schemes. That deep purple and the lighter purple, I love them with the white and the gold. I am so pleased with this. Just look at the details, at the lines, how shimmery it is, how sparkly it is. All these beautiful cells and just interesting effects. Really pretty. So all the cells seem to come from the gold, which makes sense because it's the iridescent colours that tend to produce the cells. So pretty. If you look really closely, you can see through the colours. So I think I mentioned a couple of them were transparent colours. And you can tell because you can just see through the colours. Like there, you can see something over the top of the gold. There's an awful lot of depth to it. That's a really interesting line. That gold one, look at the edge of that. So pretty. Oh, I'm really excited. I love the composition, really happy. So I will be back once it's dry. So here's the dry result. It's just dried so well. I am so happy with it. The cells are absolutely amazing. So these absolutely gorgeous gold cells, I think I'm just going to have to call them cells. The effect that it's given and the pattern and the detail that the gold has given is just gorgeous. You've got some really lovely sections of the lighter purple and in this corner here. I love the fact that the white is in the centre of each of the 5 pores because it just gives a little bit of definition. I love these really dark purple lines, and I actually really like the blue. So initially I said I didn't like the blue at the edges, but actually now it's dried and the iridescence has come out. I love it, really like it. The whole painting is really bright and fun and interesting. Yeah, just so pleased with this. I'm really enjoying doing these straight pours. So let me know what you think. Please leave me any comments you want to. Please do subscribe to my channel. And if you like the painting, do hit the thumbs up button, the like button. So I know if you like it or not. Oops, sorry. Great. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.